Good morning, everybody. We're live here from the Birdhouse, and today we have Stan Tekiela at the store who's doing a book signing. If you're in the Rochester area, you might have been at his talk last night. We had about 160 people. It was a full house to hear his program based on his new book, Owls, the Majestic Hunters, which was a wonderful presentation. We have a whole bunch of different titles from Stan here, and I thought I would show you some of them and some of the good sellers and some of our favorites. Of course, the owls, you can't go wrong with that book. It's full of beautiful photographs of owls and lots of very interesting information. He also has a book called Our Love of Owls, which has been out for a little bit longer than the first one. Then there's also Our Love of Loons, a great book about loons. And he's got another loon book, which is quite popular. Backyard birds. This is a guide about feeding and attracting backyard birds. Goes into some of their biology and habits. The bird migration book. This is one of my favorites, and I believe when we've had a live stream with Stan on, he's talked about this a little bit about this book. Really fascinating book about the different types of bird migration. Shows different maps, and it's fabulous, fabulous book if you're looking for something to add to your collection. There's also kids' books, including Whose House Is That? He's got a lot of really fun books about what animal leaves a track, what kind of house is in which one, how to identify the animals. Lots of really fun kids' books. And this is one of the newer ones called Whose House Is That? And you can see there's things like bald-faced hornets' nests. There's the monarch and the chrysalis. So really, really cool book there. He's got a guide all about cranes, herons, and egrets. If you're into shorebirds, water birds, fabulous book. These are both really good. Bird nests and bird feathers. So it helps you identify some of the things that the birds leave behind. And then this is a fairly new one too. The Owls book is kind of new, and then so is this one. This is called Hummingbirds, Marvels of the Bird World. Beautiful book full of hummingbird photos. Not only does he have bird books, he also has books on different mammals, including bears of North America, and then this wonderful book of wolves, coyotes, and foxes, and then even a deer, elk, and moose book. So some stuff about mammals as well. Here's another children's book called Do Beavers Need Blankets? And just like the Whose House Is That, there's Whose Track Is That? This one is a constant good seller called Whose Butt, and then he came out with a follow-up called Whose Baby Butt. Really, really cute children's books. There is the Bald Eagles book, which is a fairly new one as well. It's called Bald Eagles, The Ultimate Raptors. And this one was very popular last night at the book signing. A lot of you walked away with this one. This is called Loons, the Iconic Water Birds. Beautiful new book on loons, full of great photos. Love this picture on the cover of the loon with the babies on the back. Beautiful. And then we're back to the Owls book. He's got some new kids books out too, and we literally just got these in this week. These are hardcover books. Lake Mamas and Babies. There's Mountain Mamas and Babies. Prairie Mamas and Babies. And even Forest Mamas and Babies. And these are all board books, so they're completely hardcover. So these are great for the little kids. We got C is for Cardinal back in stock. That one has been sold out for a little bit. This is my go-to book that I get for everybody who has a child or is about to have one. It's a really cute ABC book, and it goes in order with the ABCs, and with each letter it coincides with a bird. So F is for Flicker. So super, super cute book there. I love that one. That is a must-have, I would say. And he's got these spiral bound books too. If you're familiar with the Birds of New York book, this is a smaller version, and it's spiral bound. It's more compact, but it's all organized by color. So if you like that about the Birds of New York field guide, we have that in a spiral bound, smaller version. There's Critter Litter, Oh my goodness. There's people lining up already. Here is Stan, the author of all of these books. I was kind of showing people some of the new stuff and some of the things that we carry of yours. Do you have some that are your favorites or anything you'd like to say about some of the newer
Come see me.
the newer books? Stan will be here until what, 3 o'clock or so, signing books. Our bestseller, and has been historically, is this Birds of New York book. But if you're in a different state, we have books for you too. Stan does them for most states, and we even carry some of them now. We've got the Birds of Oregon, for example. We've got Birds of Washington. We've got Alaska. We have California. We've got Florida. We've got Colorado. So even if you're out of state, we do have the different bird guides here for you. Or if you're going out of state, we can always special order them if we don't have your specific state. So if you're in one of these states and you'd like the book and like it signed by Stan, just give us a call and we can absolutely have him sign it for you and we can send it out to you. So that's not a problem at all. And just kind of wrapping up here is a couple other books that we have on display of his. There's Hidden Critters, which is a book about camouflage. There's Birding for Beginners. That's kind of that's good. I always recommend that for younger kids, maybe 7 and older. If the Birds of New York is a little too advanced for them, Birding for Beginners is just kind of a narrowed down version of that Birds of New York. Really, really good book. And then he's got books about attracting and feeding specific groups of birds. So this one is always very popular, the attracting and feeding orioles. There is an attracting and feeding hummingbirds. There's a finches. There's cardinals. There's a woodpecker's guide. So he's got very specific books on those as well. So we have all kinds of books here for you today. Stan will be here until 2 or 3 o'clock. So stop on in. And if you have any questions, give us a call to order. Bye-bye.